Be honest. Have you ever pre-ordered a game before, and then you finally got to play it, the full game, not a beta or anything like that, and you end up disappointed? Whether the gameplay loop or whatever isn't up to your standard, or you just can't run it at all, and it's just filled with bugs, glitches, and crashes. And after that, buyer's remorse sets in, and you're left wondering, why did I buy this game? Why did I pre-order it? Why was I so hyped for it? You just felt bad for falling for that same trap over and over and over again. I know I have. I've pre-ordered many games in my lifetime so far, and most of them that I did pre-order were not very good. Some examples: I pre-ordered Cyberpunk 2077, and the most recent one, shame to say it, Payday 3. All of which really disappointed me at launch. Why do we pre-order games? Like, why do we do it? That's the question I want to try to answer here. And if you like the video, subscribe. As a quick disclaimer, I am not a psychiatrist or psychologist, and everything I'm going to talk about is based on my own observations and opinions on the situation. So yeah, take everything I say with a grain of salt, and of course, come to your own conclusions, to your own research. And if you want to go look for a more professional opinion on this, feel free and post what you find out in the comments. When it comes to why pre-order games, I think the most obvious one is probably a FOMO. You know, limited skins, weapons, sometimes even early access in some games, Call of Duty. And it's all carefully designed to make, like, you feel like you're gonna miss out if you don't buy it at that time or pre-order at that time. Like, what if I miss a cool skin? Like, what if I never can never get it again? Like, stuff like that. It preys on our fears of missing out. And looking at Call of Duty sales and all the top games, it seems to be working. Like I said before, it's not just marketing. There's definitely some psychology going on here that's like making you think a certain way, which leads to my next point, which is perceived value. Pre-orders are always presented as the smart financial move, or even better editions. More content for the same price. Sometimes it is more. All of these goodies like really like make it worth your money. So why not pre-order? Why not? But here's the catch. At least for me, the extra content is often very trivial. Sometimes it was part of the base game and just gets sliced off and sold as bonus content. You're not really getting more. You're just being made to feel like you are. And I'm sure pre-ordering gives you that dopamine hit when you like get that game, because it gives you something to look forward to, even though you won't play it for like weeks or months. And you're like, I can't wait, it's gonna be amazing. You're not just buying a game, I feel like you're also buying the feeling of anticipation. It's almost like all these companies are monetizing your own hype against you. And I feel like your brain rewards you for that. I won't lie. I am greatly tempted to pre-order Battlefield 6, but I will not. I don't care how good the cosmetics look or anything else, how good the game is. Like, it's not worth pre-ordering. Like, I can wait. I can be patient. And circling back to FOMO, all this FOMO punishes you for being patient. It's a very clever trick, and I am tired of seeing it. But because the tactic works so well, they're not gonna stop. They're just gonna keep doing it and trying to squeeze as much out of you to get those pre-orders. Because I'm sure for them, pre-orders are pretty much guaranteed sales. And they can take those guaranteed sales to their investors or whoever runs the company and be like, hey, look, this is how well we think the game's gonna perform. I would love to see some new types of, like, incentives to, like, pre-order a game instead of just, oh, if you don't pre-order, you're not gonna get this skin, or you can't play 5 days or whatever early. Like, everyone does it. So, like, I don't know. I would love to see them bring back physical goodies for pre-orders, but those are another own separate category, mostly called collector's editions, that are way more expensive than I like. So I'll probably never get one, if I'm being honest. That also brings my next point. Like, you used to pre-order because there were like limited physical copies of said game. So you'd pre-order to essentially guarantee yourself a copy. And since most games are now mostly digital, there's really no need to pre-order except to get these cosmetics and maybe like X amount of early access days. Because like, they're not running out of digital copies, you know what I mean? And also the game's not going anywhere, and if you take anything from this video, I just learn to be patient. Learn to hold back. Learn to not spend your money so willy-nilly on video games. I myself had had a problem in the past of just buying every game that came out, and sometimes you just gotta hold yourself back. No matter how good the game looks, or how you perceive it to look, you can be patient. You can wait. But I digress. And I have a friend who, they have played every single Call of Duty. They've pre-ordered every single edition. They always get the most expensive edition because they have money. They have good money. And that fact leaves them blind to the fact that not everyone can afford to buy Call of Duty every year. This friend of mine would always pressure everyone to get the new Call of Duty so that we could all play together. And so I'm sure in some friend groups, right, it's more of like a herd mentality, right? Hype spreads to the friend group, and then everyone in the friend group starts pre-ordering the game because they're like, oh, we're all gonna have fun, all we're gonna play together. Then when launch finally hits, you don't all play together, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's busy or like, don't have time to actually play the game, and it just sucks. Because then, if you're like me, the last COD I was peer pressured to play was 2019, and it was a great game, but I pre-ordered it just based off the fact that he said, yeah, we're gonna play it together, we're gonna have fun, like, we're gonna play it every day. Like, he hasn't played it with me a single time since I got it, and after that, I just stopped getting Call of Duty games. And more recently, he's trying to get me to play Black Ops 6, but I'm like, no, I can't trust you, because the last several times you told me to pre-order a game because you said the whole group would play it together. We never did. So there's really no point in me getting Call of Duty if I'm just going to be left all alone and playing it by myself. You know what I mean? It's like, I only play these games for my friends. I don't play them for me. And if you're not going to play with me, why should I get it? You know what I mean? Because for me personally, I don't find Call of Duty to be a fun game to play by myself. It's always more fun with friends. And I'm sure most of us can't really do that because we can't throw like $120 at a game every year. Like, that's just, no, we can't do that. And I think they have an illusion of certainty, right? They trust the devs, they trust the franchise, and these devs made great games before, so surely every game is good. But I feel like that's an illusion of certainty. Like, you're convincing yourself that because I made like Black Ops 2 or the Modern Warfare trilogy, the original one, that every single game after is guaranteed to be good. That's not really the case, right? I don't think you can guarantee a good product based on past successes, because like, people in dev teams, like, they go in and out, like, talent moves on, new talent comes in. Actually, you're more betting on a feeling than fact, right? Make yourself believe that the game is good when in reality it's probably mediocre. And for my friend, like, they say Call of Duty is the best game ever made. Every single one is the best game ever made, and while I respect their opinion, I have to respectfully disagree with them. Call of Duty is far from the best game ever made. I'm sure a lot of people can agree with me on that. And I should also mention, I'm only using Call of Duty as an example, as I feel like it shows the most, it uses the most tactics to get you to pre-order, like early access, skins, exclusive perks, XP bonuses. Like, it uses every tactic under the sun to get you to pre-order, and that's why I'm like using it as an example throughout this entire video. I think I'll only cover one more point that I have listed here, as I don't want my video to be too long. And to build off what my friend said, like, I feel like if you're like really invested in a franchise, right, and they release a game annually, yearly, or whatever, it's almost like that game is tied to your identity, right? So if I don't pre-order it, then I'm not a real fan. And since I've supported it from the beginning, I should continue to support it, right? Whether it be collector editions, early access badges that you have on your account, or like 3-day early access, like, it signals to that person that they have status and identity in that game or in that community, and they kind of revolve their whole personality around it. While I think this type of person is very rare, I do think they do exist, and they are out there. You're one of those people. I got one thing to say to you: don't let video games control or be who you are as a person. Because I feel like, I don't think video games are a waste of time, but you can't waste your time on video games, if that makes sense. So next time you're hovering over that pre-order button, ask yourself, can I be patient? Can I wait for this to actually come out? Is there anything else I need to buy? Should I save my money? I'm not saying never pre-order. I'm saying know why you're doing it. Make sure it's your choice and not theirs. If this little video helped you think twice, consider subbing for more deep dives into gaming and stuff like this. With that being said, stay smart, stay cool, and happy gaming. See you guys next time.